Welcome to the country of Wario, where we test the limits of human strength and performance. In this world, however, we ascend to the very tippy top of the human pyramid. How to pick up girls in a dungeon is an anime like no other. We are introduced to gods and they're pretty damn hot. They also like to do illegal stuff. If Mark Zuckerberg decided to 3D render Detroit, this would be his temple. But no matter, in this anime you play as big brain protagonist Bell Cranium, a knife-wielding spy main who the only thing he's familiar with is literal pain. You will soon realize that our protagonist Bell Cranium likes to be the submissive type. This is a story of a 9-year-old boy joining forces with the Virgin Mary herself and doing tasks less engaging than Among Us. If you or a loved one are affected by one of the following, then this video is just for you. Join us as we watch Belle join the Abstinence Club, meet furry boys, kill furry men, and fight Bloodborne level enemies with the Minecraft stick. As we begin his descent into literal madness and the stages of grief, we as an audience will go through various stages of migraines. This is the world of DanMachi. Now, the reason for my disappearance isn't because I have a crippling gambling addiction. Quite frankly, that's kinda cringe. If I try hard enough, she'll eventually come. My period of not uploading was mainly in part due to watching DanMachi, whilst neglecting literally every other anime that's better. This video will be comprised into tres secciones, because this series has 3 seasons, each season more special than the other. Let us start our insanity with season 1. Season 1 of DanMachi is pretty straightforward because it consists of periodic world building mixed with aspects of slice of life and everyone's favorite character introductions. Our main protagonist, Bell Cranium, is an adventurer looking for a little spice in his life. After his grandfather went to get cigarettes and milk, Bell wants to make his grandfather proud by becoming the best adventurer possible. However, due to the nature of him being a soy beta cuck, he can't join any guild teams because he is too weak. In order to save you the time and the energy, in this world, in order to join an adventurers club, there are factions, and each faction is being led by a literal Greek god, like Hermes or female Brock. My favorite one is Hephaestus. The only god who was able to lend Bell a hand was the goddess whose name goes by Hestia. Hestia is the most base god because she practices the holy action of abstinence. After Bell joins Hestia's team, he later finds out that he's the only member of her team. And the second half of this story is every high schooler's worst nightmare, finding friends. This is where we meet our first furry boy, Klee, with a bigger backpack. Her name is Lily. She is, how do I put it lightly, slightly annoying. But don't you worry, because as the season chugs along, she gets worse. In a span of literally an hour, she fakes a relationship with Bell, steals his knife, attempts to sell it at the black market, tries to steal his knife again, and then tries to feed him to the wolves, because that's just her quirky personality. Although all these charges in Florida lore amount to 2 days in jail, Bell somehow finds the resolve to forgive her actions and becomes a real member of his team. We later meet with Bob the Builder and Genji from Overwatch to face against the furry men of the dungeon and their Discord admin leader. After a little fisticuffs, they emerge victorious. Congratulations, you have completed season 1. Don't worry, I'm dying too. Remember, gamers, Hestia is the god gamer of virginity, and up to this point, no rent-a-girlfriend levels of degeneracy has graced this anime.
I thought you were my little pogchamp.
Now, let me introduce you to Season 2, Part 2. What matters in Season 2 is the second part, because the first part put me to sleep. Welcome to the anime version of Sex and the City by Adam Sandler. In this arc, every member of Bell's team shows their true colors. Turns out, everyone is just horny on damn name. This is where we meet the god of love, Ishtar, who wants to keep Bell all to himself because for some reason, all the gods want that Bell pussy. There's this one part where Ishtar literally attempts to do the nasty with, wait a second. Turns out Bell has the power of abstinence on his side, which prevents Ishtar from twisting him up like a wet towel. This is where we meet our second furry boy, Haruhime, who has the power to buff the stats of any person tenfold. Don't believe me? She can turn anyone she touches into a walking Elden Ring boss, but their looks sorta give that away already. Belle needs to escape the city faster than me trying to evade my taxes. Wow, this is just like real life. I'm going to be real. I kinda slept midway into this part, so this is just the cliff notes. He later finds out that Haruhime needs a little bit of help getting rescued because they're trying to use her as crafting material to make her into a weapon. Hello ladies, have you ever heard of something called gender equality? If you made it this far, I must be doing something right, because in terms of lore, we barely looked into the abyss, and it's staring right back at us. DanMachi has some Oscar-level performance when it comes to the funny moments category. Who can forget the funny moments such as child cruelty? Welcome to season 3. After defeating your mom and escaping Los Angeles, Belle must now protect the furry community.
What are you doing? I said protect.
Those who come in contact with the furries get mild rashes, followed by death. I forgot to mention, did you know that Belle has a love interest? Another reason why he wants to become the best adventurer is to impress her. Just by looking at her, you can probably guess her personality. But don't you worry, we're talking about season 3, and season 3 gets a little spicy. You see, in this world, these people, the bartender, and even the kind, sweet little kids are all racially motivated. To whom you may ask? Let's talk about monsters. In this world, we like to kill monsters. Unfortunately for us, they've become sentient. Sentient to the point where they can play chess and summon for Ganyu. It's now Belle's mission to convince all of America that the monsters aren't monsters. But who gets in the way? The only time we see an ounce of emotion from her is when she's ready to slice him into shredded queso. She brings her furry crew, in which I'm starting to see a trend here, to try to apprehend Belle, but thanks to Belle's plot armor, she kinda just stops fighting. I love friendship. When we thought that the fight was over, the weakest Genshin player randomly shows up and becomes the main protagonist for 5 minutes. In conclusion, DanMachi, How to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon, or whatever you want to call it, is a slow burn that rewards you when it matters. If you like anime that's 0 to hero, back to 0 again, this show is a perfect fit for you. I'd like to thank my recent subscribers for joining the dumpster fire that is my YouTube channel. If you like, Greek gods, consider liking this video and leave a comment. I read them all. Until next time.